Hello everyone, it's Beck here from Hello, my name is Beck. Popping in today to show you this craft with me that I did yesterday. This is a challenge that was set by Vivian at the Paper Letter blog. She has a Patreon and I am a Patreon member. I am in her craft club tier, and the challenge is to use magazines to create something, and it can be anything. It could be a happy mail, it could be a journal page, it could be a postcard or a tag. I chose to do a happy mail because I am making a happy mail for someone who sent to me recently. I won't give away names because I'm trying to keep it until they receive it. I'm hoping that they don't see this video. So I'm looking through my Daphne's Diary magazines and I'm looking for anything. I'm trying to stick with a colour theme, one colour of like teals and sage greens, so that the happy mail itself is coordinated, I guess. I recently did a video of a haul I got from Craft Online, and it was with the paper pad die cuts with a view, and the papers themselves. Sorry if you can hear my cat, she's decided to attack the chair that I'm sat on. So the papers themselves were botanicals. However, some of them had a really bad design on the back of loads of animals. So my idea for this happy mail is to be able to use these magazine pieces to actually create a front cover for my happy mail. And yeah, so you'll see what I end up doing. I am a clean crafter, and I wanted to, even though make a collage of these magazine pieces, I wanted to also make it clean. So I'm going with a patchwork style. You'll see in a bit. I love the fact that I've tried to say clean crafter for some time, and I still get it wrong. So I use my metal dies. I've got square dies, and I will use those to cut all these pieces into squares to make a patchwork quilt, I guess. So I'm coming to the end of these magazines. Sorry that you've had to sit through and watch me cut out and take pieces that I like from each of these magazines. But you'll see I flip through, or I skip the part where I die cut everything, because I die cut off on the table on the right hand side of my craft room. So you'll see me pull out my square dies here, and there you go. I've die cut them all, and I'm just going to be rearranging them onto this white piece of paper. Now I'm using this white paper so that I can actually sew the patchwork, and you'll see me use my sewing machine. Now I do apologize if it makes anyone nauseous, the sewing angle that I have the camera at. I will try and improve this in future if I ever do more camera angles of sewing, because this angle really didn't work for me. But you'll see in a bit once I've got all these glued down. And I do skip ahead at some point, I can't remember when. I think it's when I go on to the other half of the page. So I wanted to use that window pane that I found in the magazine as my focal point on the front page of my happy mail booklet, I guess, or folder. It's a flat mailer. And yeah, so you'll see the outcome of it all come together. I really like the idea of making a patchwork quilt on the front, and yeah, so I'll use some zigzag stitch to give it the look. The actual square dies that I'm using actually do have a stitch around the outside, so when I do some close-ups at the end of this video, you'll see the actual stitch look on the piece. Here we go. So this is, I've just finished the whole thing and I showed you the piece, and I'm just using my sewing machine here. So sorry for the angle. Tell me if this absolutely makes you nauseous because it's not really a good angle for you to watch me sewing at. So I apologize. I guess I'm learning at this video lark. So just using my zigzag stitch here, I did a straight stitch around the outside, just using my zigzag stitch on only specific areas of the front cover. I wasn't prepared to go around every single square because otherwise I would have been here for absolutely ages. I just wanted to give the illusion that it was stitched. And I've glued it down pretty well. I'm hoping it'll stay glued for the recipient. And so this is going to be the cover on the other side of my cardstock from the die cuts with a view. So it'll cover up the animals that I don't like so much. So hence why the other day in my video I was saying that I do intend to use every part of the paper pad that I bought, and I will definitely do it. I just will make sure that the pieces that I don't like aren't seen. So this is the finished part. I've cut around the edge and I've cut off the top. So I'm just using my red line tape to make sure that it stays. Now the paper in the background is the paper I intend to use, and it looks grey from here, but it is actually a really nice teal green. And then this is the animal side that I intend to stick my cover to, so you'll see. Now, so this is a trick that I learned from Create and Craft in the UK. It's a television show where they show you craft ideas and they do demos. And so you only start by peeling up the corners of your tape, and you position it down where you need it, and then you start peeling from underneath, so that it means that you've got an absolutely straight look when you've got it in the right place. And so if you've only peeled up the corners of your sticky, then it means that you can fit it in. So now that I have my folder base, I guess, I'm just creating a pocket here, and this is going to be what the Americans call a gusseted pocket, and the UK they call it an accordion pocket. So I'm just folding the sides, so you do 3 score lines either side, and you fold them concertinaed basically, and then you do 1 at the base so that it comes up and under. And you'll see that I'm just using red line tape here to stick it down onto the pocket. So once again, just peeling up the corners, positioning it correctly, and then peeling out the tape once you've got it positioned correctly, so it goes on straight. Now, so on the other side here, I just want to have an envelope for my letter to go into. So I'm just using this paper here with the house on the bottom, because I really like the pattern of this, and it's got on the other side it's got mushrooms, and it's got like a lovely floral pattern on the other side, so like an autumn floral pattern on the inside. So that was going to be the inside of my envelope. And yeah, so I'll just put my letter in this one. I love the fact that these papers coordinate so well. On the right hand side with the pocket you have lots and lots of plants, pot plants. So I really like this paper range, and I just think it suits me really well. Now, so I'm just stamping out the word letter. The perfectionist in me is disappointed because on that first stamp I did get a little bit of black in the corner of the stamp go onto the paper, but I do fix this off of video, and I fix it as well. You won't see at the end the photos, because the one that I actually fix, because it's actually been drying overnight, it's I just used some Nuvo drops to hide it, and I've done a row of Nuvo drops along the bottom of the envelope. This is where I've laminated one of the cutout pieces from the paper range. So I laminated it because Ara at the Paper Treasury taught me this, that you can actually use it as a washi sampler if you laminate the card. And I like the fact that the card is then coordinated to the, you know, you've used a cutout from the papers, so it's all coordinated to the actual Happy Mail that you've created. So just popping that there, just a visit from Jadzia. And I'm just going to use washi to stick it to the base so that it's part of the decoration of this Happy Mail folder. It's only a small Happy Mail folder. I'm just using some papers there from Kiki K, their letter writing papers, just to go behind those 3D stickers. And so because obviously I've sewn and stuck that front layer, it keeps wanting to open up the Happy Mail booklet, so I've laid my scissors there just so that it stays closed, and I'm going to use a ribbon to tie around it because it really did want to pop open. So I just chose a sage grosgrain ribbon from my stash, and I take my time to perfectionist the bow because I don't like it when a bow doesn't look perfect on the front. So this is the end. I'll just show you some clips here. Thank you so much for watching. Comment below if you like it, and I will see you in my next video. Take care. Bye.